I look at slow food as a little bit of a revolution.
We eat huge amounts of food. It's something that you are actively involved with every day of your life.
I'm wanting to get people excited about food. I want to get them passionate about produce. I want to get them excited about what's on their doorstep. And I think the doors just need to be opened, really.
I think a lot of people who are members of Slow Food and who tune into what Slow Food are thinking are not the kind of people that you would put down as being hippie environmentalists. We're talking about people who like their food, who like sitting down to a good meal.
My wife and I got a little bit suspicious about what we were being told about BSE and cattle, so we thought, well, we'll stop eating meat, but we'll rear some of our own. So we've got these 2 middle-white small pigs and reared them in our back garden. And we were totally amazed at the sort of quality of the meat that came from these pigs, and we were complete amateurs, knew nothing about finishing pigs, but what we got was so much better than what you find on the shelves in the supermarket. We just stumbled across this thing called the slow food movement. I don't know how we even came across it now. It seemed to express all the things that we thought were important. I mean, first of all, these pigs take twice as long to finish as a conventional commercial pig, so it's a slow process. Secondly, you've really got to care about the quality of what you produce in terms of food. It believes in producing that food in a way that's kind to the environment, which is what we've always tried to do in the way we actually rear our pigs. We try to be kind to our animals and also kind to the fields in which they're raised.
The founder of Slow Food is a guy called Carlo Petrini, who's this incredible man. He has this huge passion for what he does, and it's basically the way we live. He's wanting to slow down the whole way we live and just think about the things we eat, the way we live. Let's all just take a step back and think of what we do. Yes, we all work long hours, but we can also enjoy life a bit more. And by enjoying the enjoyment of life is the enjoyment of food.
The way that the food economy is going ever more down the lines of big business, industrialization, domination by large corporations, the convenience. I mean, that's the whole reaction of slow food to fast food. But it's more than just a few hamburgers here and there. The attitude that food should be, first and foremost, should be fast. It's crazy.
To work with someone like Graham it's a real pleasure. Someone who is probably a little bit hobby farming for Graham. He's not a very big business, but it's big enough for him to get an awful lot of enjoyment out of it. We get on very closely with him, and we've been to the farm and we've seen how the pigs are treated. They're wonderful animals, they're absolutely gorgeous, and then to bring that product into the kitchen and to work with it and to smell the farmyard. I think it can be horrific for people to view that, but it's reality, and the reality is your sausages come from pigs, and it's quite difficult, I think, for people sometimes to understand that this piece of meat that you're eating on your plate with your wonderful buttery spring onion mash and your Jerusalem artichokes has come from a pig on a farm, and a really good farm. I think it really just harks back to the times probably 50 years ago when we in the UK all ate organic food. Now the head. So another product which we use quite a lot of, as I was saying, everything but the oink, nose to tail eating. This is really it. But to get a pig's head in is quite a novelty for us, and it's something which we can utilise and use. So I'm going to cut the ears off. One ear. And these can be braised separately, or they could be braised alongside with the rest of the head. And these can be braised, allowed to dry, patted dry, cut quite thinly, and either oven roasted and gone really nice and crispy with lots of salt and oil, or some people would deep fry them, but they're very, very tasty and great for a little garnish or something else. As you can see around here, everything else has been taken out, so it's all just ready to go in a pot. And what we would do, we would just add some mirepoix vegetables to a pot. We plonk this in, cook him for about a dozen hours or more, until all the flesh has fallen off the bone. We would sift through all the flesh, pack that into a terrine mould, and the stock we would reduce down, which we've made, would reduce down and pour onto the flesh, which is packed into that terrine, and we would end up with a great brawn, a great pig's head terrine, served with a really rustic chutney. It's great, nose to tail eating at its best. So this is the roasted pork which we're serving today. As you can see, that dry skin, how much of a good crackling it's got. You can just see the fat line underneath the crackling. Absolutely beautiful, beautifully cooked.
That's alright. Check on. Thank you. Check on to risotto, please.
Alright.
Thank you, gracias.
As soon as you taste pork like this, then you wonder what you've been missing, and you wonder why you can't get access to pork like this, because it is just a completely different experience. And it's a combination of genetics and bringing them on slowly, and good animal welfare, and keeping the pigs in small family groups. Putting all that together, you get just a fantastic end result.
Food is so central to our lives, and I think the connection for me of realising something that's so central to our lives that we actually don't take seriously enough in many ways, that we don't have a good enough relationship with, is a big gap, and something that I would like to try and see redressed.
The planet is in a little bit of disarray at the moment, I think, and I think we're needing to do something. We're needing to start now. The plastic packaging on the asparagus flown from South America to feed someone who shops in a supermarket, I don't agree with, and I think by doing my bit, it may be a small bit, but it's the start of something bigger, I hope.